Welcome to AM 605, real talk about how to prosper in challenging times. Featuring Vancouver's top realty, mortgage, and wealth advisors. Now, here are your hosts, Melissa Wu, Gary.chan, and Joe.tang.
Welcome back to another episode of AM 605. I'm Joe.tang.
I'm Melissa Wu.
I'm Gary.chan.
I'm Ondřej Leipert.
So there is one deadline that's coming up fairly soon at the end of March. And what is that, Melissa?
Hello, everyone. I'm Melissa. So you will already have probably gotten it in the mail because the government of British Columbia have mailed out in early February something called a speculation and vacancy tax letter. So on the letter, it comes in a brown envelope. Inside has a declaration code and a letter ID. So if you are a property owner in Greater Vancouver and all of BC and all the urban areas, you will get a letter like this. So it will tell you that 99% of British Columbians will be exempt from this tax. But in order to be exempt, you must file it. Just fill in and declare. So there's two ways to declare. You can call. There's a 1-833-554-2323. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week, and translation service is available. So you can call to declare, or you can declare online by yourself. So with the letter, you will need the declaration code, the letter ID, and the property address. If you're an individual, then you will need your social insurance number and your date of birth. If you're a corporation or a business or a trust, then you will need additional information. So there's two ways to declare, but you must declare before March 31st.
Right.
So it's just, when you get the letter, just go online, declare, or call.
So
Very
what
easy.
if people miss the deadline? What's the penalty look like?
Oh, if you,
I think it's actually 10%. It's a lot.
Has it gone up?
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah, so there's actually a 10% late payment tax.
Wow.
Yeah.
10%?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you do not declare by March 31st, you will receive a tax notice and may be taxed up to 2% of your property's assessed value, which is quite a lot. Remember, this tax is not the same as the City of Vancouver's empty home tax that you declare separately each year. So there's two declarations if you're a property owner in Vancouver. It's very important that you just call and declare.
Because the empty homes tax was from last month, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So empty home tax only applies to Vancouver. I don't think they have it in Burnaby or Richmond.
Because one of the questions that I hear a lot is people get confused. They think that
It's
the same thing.
Mix the two
Yeah.
up because it sounds like the same. Because empty home tax and speculation and vacancy tax is two different taxes.
I mean, perhaps we could kind of go over, for those that don't know, maybe you can kind of differentiate the two, like what they are, just for
the empty,
listeners to understand.
So the empty home tax is for Vancouver homeowners. That's only if you have a property in Vancouver. So that one you would have gotten, you can call the City of Vancouver. When you're in the City of Vancouver, just call 311. And you can just call them to tell them that you want to declare your empty home tax. So every year, just actually open a document or write it somewhere. You would have your folio number and your access code, and then you just declare that. So that is for Vancouver homeowners.
Oh, Melissa, so since you actually deal with real estate a lot and you're really good like listing agent, so I was wondering, do you see a lot of actually people with like empty homes now or like vacant, leave them vacant?
So what happened is like when it first got implemented, it was retroactive. Retroactive means that if you didn't live in a property for more than 6 months, you could be penalized for the tax. So it was very unfortunate with the way it was rolled out. But at the moment, you just have to make sure that you live in the property. It's occupied more than 6 months of the year. Yeah.
Right. So it has to be occupied, whether it's your own home or a tenant. It has to be occupied.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So it's like if there's like a lot of people that's, I guess in here, it actually says there's like 99% of the people is not going to get like, paying this like speculation tax, right? That's what it says in there. But that means that there was only 1% vacancy.
So what is speculation tax for those that don't know, for listeners?
Yeah, that's a good question. What is that exactly, speculation tax?
Speculation tax is like you speculate a gain. So for example, like if you buy a property, you're just like parking, it's empty, it's not being lived in. So this is like kind of an action plan towards like, housing demand.
But I would, I
So
wouldn't,
housing demand. So that this is the British Columbia want to do something like, they don't want to see all these big empty homes. People just park their money and then later on like
For like flipping.
yeah,
So to make sure that they
flipping.
live in there and
Yeah.
also like rent it out.
Yeah, like that. Make sure that it's like put into good
but
use.
should be speculations good? I would like speculated to make money if I get some house.
Because there was like an increasing demand for like housing.
In
So
Vancouver.
they just the government want to remedy the situation where people don't have place to live. So then they don't want
So
empty
basic-
homes and then like
So
people have no
basically,
place to live.
it's a handicap. If you have money, if you offer buy to empty house, it's a handicap for you. It's not good for you.
I agree with you.
See?
It doesn't really work for people that like, for example, some wealthy people, they have houses, vacation homes everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like to leave it
If I
empty.
work hard,
So-
if I can offer buy a house, why not? I'm
Yeah,
not speculating. I
agree
try
with
and make
you.
money.
Definitely, it's like some people they have empty homes. So this is what the government wants to do. They want to remedy the situation. Yeah.
Somebody broke ass to see nobody's there, right? I don't think so. It's right. What's your opinion, baby?
I like to remain neutral.
Okay, sure.
I like to
Okay.
remain politically
I think that's
correct.
a whole different topic for another day. I
Alright.
think that's for politics.
I
And then
see.
we can have a
It is
full
a
on
little
debate.
bit unfortunate for investors.
Because
right?
I think just feel it's like unfair. Somebody can offer a house, right? And then it doesn't matter what you do. If you buy a house, who cares? That's your decision. If you rent or not, you can keep your house because you deserve the money. So you purchase a house, right?
So in a way, they were just saying that like there was a period like before, like around 2000, when the peak in the West Side, 2016, 2017, a lot of investors, like not local owners, they were foreign investors. They were parking like kind of their money in the Vancouver luxury homes, and then when they would sell it for a much bigger profit, and then taking the money out of the province. So they
That's
were
the
just
per-
kind of like counterattack,
that's the
just like
first-
park
that's
the
the first-
money, make the money, and then take off. They just don't want that to happen. So that is why this is
It's all
implemented.
about balancing, right?
Yeah.
Make it somewhat affordable, but don't want people to be flipping. So how do you find
If
that
you're against it,
balance?
hey, maybe you vote for a different party that will remove it. You have your right, you're entitled to the vote. It's your duty to vote as well.
Okay.
But it's not up for another.
That's another topic. We're all
Leave that for
entitled
later.
to our opinions.
It's not
We'll be
coming up
glad now.
anytime
We'll
It's
be glad.
democracy.
That's a big topic.
So back to it. So speculation tax, don't forget to submit online or give them a call before when?
Before March 31st. And the number again is 1-833-554-2323, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week with translation service available.
Seriously, I would love to hear like in Europe speculation tax. They never heard ever something like that. Unique.
That's a different topic for another day.
Yeah.
Andre.
Okay.
So switching topics, Andre. We've been talking about finance, real estate, mortgages in the last several episodes. So we're going to switch gears and we're going to talk about something different. As promised, this channel is not about just only making money and improving yourself, but it's also staying healthy. And so, Andre, what do you have for us today?
Thank you so much for the space. I heard you guys going to ask me questions actually.
Yeah. So one thing that I have a big question mark is actually like how much of a like cardio activities that you should do, and like weight training. So is it like 60-40% depend, or like how do you determine that?
Well, depending what is your goal, right?
Yes, but like I think there should be like a balance. I was thinking there should be a balance, like because I know that you have to do both.
Yeah.
You cannot only do
For
one.
optimal results, yeah.
So should I just
Actually,
do
no,
like
a
20%
lot of
of
people
it?
don't know, but actually cardio is not good for lose body fat. It's actually good for building muscle because the cardio actually increase absorption of nutrients. So I always recommend it for my clients do equally 1-1. So if you do like 3 times cardio, let's say 20 minutes,
Yeah.
you should be also training them, let's say 30 minutes 3 times a week.
Okay.
It's very important because have you noticed a lot of people that actually do just cardio in terms of lose body fat? I think they doesn't look good because the muscle kind of like loose. Because
The muscle will be loose. But
yeah,
usually I see a
because-
lot of people, if they do a lot of cardio, they're usually more lean.
yeah,
Like
but
people
no,
who run or
that's
people who
different.
swim.
I wouldn't say lean. I would say skinny because of cardio. Actually, your body is not selective. If you do cardio, So your body doesn't just losing fat, your body also losing muscle. That's why we have to train to keep muscle and losing fat.
So how about
Because you can see, I give you an example. For example, runners, right?
Yeah.
A lot of runners, they have no muscle. They have very muscle atrophy because they're just running. They never train. So
They're so thin.
they're so thin. Basically, they're very skinny, but they have no muscle, no good posture. They're too skinny. So good ratio is do both. I think I
So
always
to
believe do
lose
both.
fat is actually not to do cardio.
Well, I would suggest do both. Actually, the best way how to lose body fat is three parts, three puzzles: weight training, cardio, and proper diet.
Because diets is what I've always heard. Diet is like 50% of the, or more than that.
I heard something.
I do people say 70-20, but you can calculate it how many minutes you spend at gym, of day, of month. You can see like 4%, or you can see how many times you eat, but it doesn't matter. More important is just put it all together. Proper diet, cardio, and weight training.
What about the recovery? Recovery is rest and let your body recover
Actually,
is also
that's
important. No?
Melissa, that's a very good question, because actually when you do cardio, you recover your weight training. It works together because you increase the
Oxygen blood flow.
yeah, that's right.
Speed up your recovery from the
So weight training, cardio, proper nutrition should be like.
Should I do cardio first? Because I usually do cardio before my weight training.
That's not good.
Oh, really?
I tell you why right now.
I tell you why I do that first.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something. I will ask you.
I feel so tired after weight training.
I will
I don't
ask
want to run.
Gary, I will ask you, right? During training, what do you do? What kind of fuel are you using? Using your glycogen from your muscle, right? Yeah, using glycogen, your blood sugar from your muscle. And what do you do during cardio? Same thing, using glycogen. So what is the better scenario? If you use your glycogen from your muscle during weight training, and then if you do cardio after, you have no more glycogen, so your body have to use body fat. Your fat, you're using actually fat during cardio. Or if you do cardio first, you're just using your glycogen, you don't burn any fat, and then you're so tired to do any weight training. Doesn't make any sense. So always weight training first, following cardio, when you basically oxidate your fat.
Oh,
That's huge. That's so different. It's so different.
for the last all the years I've been doing it reverse.
Absolutely.
I thought like I can do cardio first and then try to increase my heart rate and stuff like that, and then I do my weight training.
As I say, if you do cardio first, you're using your glycogen, your sugar. You burning zero fat. So you need first weight training.
You can gain so much.
To use your glycogen. Yeah.
In terms of recovery, like Melissa was saying, like what's a proper recovery period? So let's say today I pump my chest.
You know what? I can't say because it's person by person, right? But ideally, it's no such like overtraining. If you sleep enough, if you eat enough, it's not such like overtraining. Otherwise, you will have a training like chest like a whole month, like every single day.
We're talking about muscle recovery.
I mean, so if you eat enough, if you have like nice 4 solid meals a day, if you eat like 4 times a day, if you sleep 8 hours, you can train basically every day.
Same body part though.
No, of course no. No same body part.
I'm saying if I pump my chest today, when's the next time I can pump my chest? Wednesday?
Like ideally like twice a week. Twice a week is like optimal.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
So basically work your muscle part.
In the past, I've actually a lot of clients who train legs 3 times a week, especially female, and they get amazing results. They gain so much muscle, like working like legs 3 times a week.
You have big thighs.
So I believe like between the 2 times, 3 times a week, you can still like recover well.
Big thighs.
Yeah. That's what you like.
No. So I can literally pump my chest twice a week.
You know what, guys? The famous protocol of Arnold Schwarzenegger back from 70s, right? He trained his body twice in a row. So basically, he trained all his body in 6 days, and every single part twice. So in 6 days, he trained every single part like chest, back, arms, biceps, legs twice in 6 days period, and then he had 1 day off. He did the same thing. And he was continue all his career,
For how many years?
For many years, for a whole year.
Okay.
So twice a week is fine.
Okay.
But you have to sleep enough, you have to eat enough.
You have to sleep enough. Actually, I feel like sometimes if you have enough sleep, your body weight
Get
goes
it?
down.
You know what? You have to sleep like 8 hours, and then also you have to go to bed before midnight. That's very important because always seeing you always like going to bed at 12, 1, 4 a.m. No way.
Okay.
You have to be in.
Andre goes to bed at 9.
Yeah,
I should
So
try to
what
do
time do you
that.
wake up? If you sleep at 9, what time do you wake up?
5, 6.
5?
5, 6. Yeah.
So you actually sleep 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's really hard to sleep 8 hours.
It's very easy.
It's
very
easy to sleep, but hard to find the time to sleep 8 hours because there's so much happening.
What do you mean happening?
What's happening?
What's happening in your life?
You know, happening.
No, it's like work, there's text messages, there's emails.
No, I know. I know what happened with Annabelle.
That's why Apple iPhone they have
I don't
night
know.
mode.
I don't know what's happening after midnight with Annabelle, but seriously, I recommended be in bed by 9. You know,
Okay.
by 9.
Yeah. We're not on world clock. We should be
Seriously,
on
9.
It's local time.
It will wake up at 5, 6. It will be super fresh.
Yeah.
The
And
mental power is phenomenal.
And when I wake up earlier, I feel like I got so much more done.
Absolutely.
Like before anybody disturbs me, I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of looked at, whatever I need to look at in the morning or do whatever study. And then it's like only 7.
Actually, brain.
Otherwise, everything's done.
Like a lot of my stuff would be done by 7. Like if I wake up 5-ish or 6, then I look at my computer, read some news, do some study. I'm like, oh, it's almost
Actually,
all
brain
done.
is
So it's 7:30.
Or write down what I'm gonna do. Oh, is it too early to call my client at 8?
Yeah, it's a little too early.
But actually, brain is designed to work morning, right? So after 8 hours sleep, you will be
It
sharp.
functions very
You do
clear.
most things you do morning. It's phenomenal.
Okay, I'll try to do that. Don't sleep at.
I usually just go outside after, like when I usually wake up at 5 or 6, and then I just go out and take some like good oxygen from the outside.
But again, okay, if you wake up at 5, 6, but make sure you sleep 8 hours. That's so important. If you sleep 6 hours, you have problem with
Sleep
blood
at 4, I
sugar.
wake up at 5.
No. Do you know what? There's a huge meta-analysis studies, right? They shows like people who sleep like 4 hours for 1 week, they have already pre-diabetes. So if you don't sleep enough for 1 week, you have already like screw up blood sugar. So become to be like you have like metabolic syndrome problems. So you have to make sure you sleep 8 hours. Never ever go like to bed. Some people like to go to bed like late and then try wake up early. Doesn't work. Doesn't work maybe for 1 day, but for long term, it's not good.
No,
You have to get your 7-8 hours of sleep before you wake up. And also, it's very good if you guys can use melatonin, which is like hormone of sleep, which will make you melatonin, yes, to make you gonna sleep deeper. You sleep like baby. You sleep like back when it was like in 60s, 70s, like very deep.
Any
very
like
rest.
side effects or
No side effect. It's actually encourage you to sleep very well.
because I think I have some gummies at home.
Yeah.
I usually do it like when I actually get to the flight and then like long haul, right? Like 13 hours flight and then like it's hard to sleep.
It's very good.
Okay. Well, that's very informative. So then I'm gonna try. Well, speaking of sleeping early, right now it's getting to that time period. It's getting close to Andre's bedtime.
Oh yeah.
All right. So next week we'll continue with this, and hope everybody have a good week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye bye. Hasta la vista, baby.
If you enjoyed listening to the podcast, you have to check out AM 605 on Facebook, where it's all about real investment and financing strategies. Brought to you by Melissa Wu PREC, Gary.chan Mortgage Team, and Tang Wealth and Investment.